Okay, guys, Adam Trigger here, Wagertalk.com, back with another bowl preview. Today, we're going to talk the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. But first, I want to talk to you about a couple specials on the Wagertalk site. Coupon code HOLIDAY25 gets you 25% off anything on the site. Full season, daily package, any handicapper. Coupon code HOLIDAY25, good for the rest of this week. And then if you're looking for college basketball, my college basketball regular full season, so right up through one shining moment, entire NCAA tournament, the entire rest of the season. Coupon code TRIG349. That's TRIG 349. And that is good on college basketball rest of season. I believe that's good for the rest of the week as well. All right, time to talk about the Fenway Bowl, Fenway Park, Boston, Massachusetts. It's UConn, it's North Carolina, and it's the exact reason that I don't make many bets in bowl season anymore, at least not till the day of. Kind of feel out how things are going. I've only made 3 bets so far in bowl season, 2 of which were in bowl games. One in the college football playoffs, different. I'll handicap that the same way I would have handicapped the 14 playoff. So those are different. These bowl games, like the Wasabi Bowl, the Fenway Bowl, Wasabi Fenway Bowl, are just, you really have to wait and see, kind of see how things play out. And the reason for that is if this was a regular season game, North Carolina, I would make them -10. Okay, so if you look at the number now, UNC -2.5. My numbers have UNC -10. You might think like, okay, well, you have a huge edge there. You've got to fire that. But the reality is, it's just not normal circumstances for this game. You've got a ton of opt-outs, guys opting out on both sides. But this has now been bet down. So this was 5 a couple weeks ago. I think it was 5, then it was 4.5, 4. Now it's gone all the way. It actually went all the way down to 2. I think 2.5 is where this stands at the time we're filming this video. And a big reason for that is the opt-outs on the UNC side. Guys like Amari and Hampton not going to play. Defenders out, offensive linemen out. And there's no question that North Carolina has more guys opting out of this game, which I think has the masses or whoever's putting bets in so far, betting UConn down. But UConn has some guys out as well. And I think the interesting thing here is, and I think a lot of people would agree with this, if you had UConn's reserves play against North Carolina's reserves, North Carolina's reserves would destroy UConn's reserves, in my opinion. And I don't think you're going to find many college football people that will argue that point with you. Like the North Carolina second team, if you will, is far superior to UConn's backups. And that's tempting to lay what I consider to now be a very short number or a very small number with North Carolina. The other thing I find interesting about this matchup is the fact that everyone seems to think UConn's the motivated team here, or the more motivated team. And I mean, I guess I understand why. Okay, Fenway Park, Boston, Mass. UConn's got a bowl game in New England, which is rare for them to get to play this game sort of in their region. But Fenway Park, obviously, there's an easy trip for most UConn fans. So I understand all of that. But what I don't get is why people would think North Carolina is not motivated at all for this game. Because when you have opt-outs, the reason people are opting out on the North Carolina side is 2 reasons. One, they're going to the NFL and they have no intention of being on the team next year. Or 2, they've entered the transfer portal and have no intention of being on the team next year. The guys on the field for North Carolina in this game, it's essentially a chance to audition for Bill Belichick, the great Bill Belichick who's coming in to take over this program. So I don't think that that's the case, that North Carolina would be unmotivated to play this game. I think the guys that actually show up here for North Carolina, while it may be, backups or someone looking to make the team next year, I think the individuals will be very motivated for this game because it's a new era of North Carolina football. And suddenly UNC football is about to be as mainstream as it gets next season. with Belichick at the helm. So I'm not buying that North Carolina is the less motivated team here. And so again, I think that's another reason where at the current number, you've got to start to look at North Carolina -2, -2.5 as just too good a value to sort of leave off. Because again, if these two teams were full strength and this was a regular season game on a neutral field, I've got North Carolina close to a 9-10 point favorite. And then if you were to just take North Carolina's reserves, their backups, and put them up against UConn's backups, it would be a bloodbath, in my opinion. North Carolina, would win that easily. I think UConn's record's a little bit misleading, 8-4 this season, but they played an awful schedule. I got to be honest. Like, you look at North Carolina, the team that's probably going to show up for this game on Saturday, it's the caliber of team that UConn faced a lot of this year. So it's like, it's the type of team that UConn sort of played on a regular basis this season. They played a really just poor schedule to get to 8-4. So again, I think North Carolina is far deeper. So I think they're going to be able to handle their opt-outs a little bit more so than UConn would be able to. That being said, UConn has less opt-outs. I do think you have to point out the fact that it could be in the high 30s and raining at the time of kickoff here. We saw North Carolina go up to Boston College late in the season and kind of a crummy day and really struggle. Could have been a little bit cold, weather-related, but I think in a bowl game setting, they maybe have a little bit more time to sort of get acclimated to that. They'll be here all week. It's not like your traditional, travel during the season type thing. So when it's all said and done, I again, this is probably my strategy the rest of the way with these bowl games that aren't playoff games. I'll probably wait till the day of, maybe the day before, because this is a very early kickoff on Saturday. If this is still 2.5 North Carolina, I may take a shot with the Tar Heels here. I think the overall depth on North Carolina is much better, and the caliber of player that North Carolina has in reserve is just far superior to the caliber of player that UConn has in reserve. And I think all of that is probably good enough for North Carolina to win this game. And if they win this game, there's a good chance they're covering a small number like 2. So I lean North Carolina -2, -2.5. I'll tell you what, if this gets bet down further and you can get a money line on UNC money line like -130 or better, that's very appealing as well. I just think North Carolina's depth is superior. I don't buy that they're not motivated. I think the guys that are on the field on Saturday morning at Fenway Park will be very much motivated on the UNC side. And so for all those reasons, a pretty strong lean here to the Tar Heels. And as always, like and subscribe to the Wagertalk YouTube channel and follow me on social media, specifically X at AdamTriggerWT, where I will let you know if this becomes a bet for me, just like the Toledo game did on the day of. I will let you know, and you'll get a client, potentially get a client play for free out of it. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Happy holidays. Cash all your tickets, and we'll see you guys next time.